Mko salama? Nani hayuko salama? Nani ako salama? Sawa sawa. So I am very happy to be here today na nyinyi wote. Leo ni International Youth Day. Na inakuwa celebrated internationally, si ndio? Mbona youth ni watu important yenye lazima wakuwe celebrated? Kuna mtu anajua? Lydia?
Indio, youths wako na adrenaline. So we are able to, each time we are youth, we are able to do a lot of things. It's the time we can make decisions in our future lives.
Very good. Nani tena?
Fintan Shanti, and today I am celebrating the Youth's International Day. We are encouraging the youths to grow the environment by impacting some skills on how to make the environment greener and to change the climate of the around area. And I am so honored to be here to celebrate with you together. I really appreciate this time.
But thank you very much. So Nyasima Kawuono ni one of the partners. So Boca Heaven Jomoi Polo is one of them. If you can see our banner, one called Rise and Shine. Rise and Shine.
Disposal should be considered as a final option, and our answer was no, because we should reuse water in different ways. Through the first one is sprinkling in the compound to remove dust. The second one, we should trap rainwater, which can be used for drinking, cooking, or washing. And this rainwater that we are using for drinking and cooking should be treated first. We can also use it to water plants. Our third point, we can reuse laundry water, yani ile maji yenye umetumia kufua, for mopping, washing toilets, or even for drinking purposes ya wanyama, yani ng'ombe, kondoo, mbuzi. The next point was we can reuse rice water to treat hair. Ile maji umeoshea mchele, unaweza itumia kutreat nywele. Yeah. And the last point is use of excess ice water. By melting it, tunaiweka kwa bowls, then tunaweza pea dogi ama paka wakunywe. Thank you.
A round of applause for Rufin. Atupigi Rufin makofi watoto. Sawa sawa. Thank you. I think Rufin, just to expound a bit, the question was water disposal. The answers are correct, by the way. The water disposal is considered a final option. Your answer should have been yes. your response should have been affirmative, because before you dispose that water, you ought to have done every other thing. You ought to have assessed every other thing that water can do. So if you really have to throw away that water, if you really have to pour it away, then it has to be dirty that you cannot reuse it. It should be a final option. Sawa sawa. Yes. So the second group, who's representing us? Shanti, karibu. Please clap for Shanti. Karibu.
Hello. We were discussing about how does waste disposal affect the ecosystem. Yes, thank you. How does waste disposal affect the ecosystem? So we started by defining these terms. These terms you must know for you to know the effects of waste disposal. First, we have waste, and then waste disposal, and then the ecosystem. So we have waste. Waste is the unwanted and unusable material or any substance discarded after primary use. When we say any substance, this substance can be a solid or a liquid. Inaweza kuwa maji ama karatasi. So you understand. Waste disposal is the collection and processing, the collection, the processing and recycling of the deposition of waste materials in human society. So waste disposal is not only a negative thing, but it is also a positive thing in that we can recycle the waste. We have the ecosystem. The ecosystem is now the interaction between the organism. The organism can be human being and animals. That is the organism, and the environment. Environment is now where we stay. For example, here in STADA, this is our environment. So how do we take care of our environment? That is the interaction between us and the environment. So we have first, let me discuss the methods, although we were not told to. But the methods are, you can dispose your waste through burying in soil, burning, throwing in the pit, and recycling the waste. Like, for example, you have seen people around the town collecting bottles. What do you think they do with the bottles? They recycle the bottles and they get their income from that. So we have the positive ones. The positive effects are that if recycling, for example, of plastic, example, bottles, can be used in making tanks. The tanks that we use in collecting water, you know, the tanks. And chairs, for example, when there is a wood somewhere, let me say, those ceiling boards, they are made through waste recycling. Hence, this will generate money for the person who is recycling the waste. I've explained that. So we have another one, for example, the cow dung. It's also a waste. So cow dung is used in making biogas, and also you can use cow dung in making the manure, the homemade one. Through burning, adds nutrient to the, not burning, but burying. When you bury, for example, let me say you bury the waste, the kitchen waste in your garden, it will add nutrients to the soil. I mean, the negative effects are they cause diseases. For example, when you stay imagine the environment stinks and everything, you feel awful. So the diseases that are caused by are like bilharzia when the water is contaminated. And we have contamination of the environment. Of course, you know, contamination of the environment. When tuseme tulikuwa bastard and everything is kuna waste all over. It's disgusting. So, you know. So the ugliness of the environment, for example, when there is waste all over, the environment looks ugly and so you are ugly. Death of animals in water, especially in water. We said in water because most of the factories, they dispose their waste untreated in water. So it kills the water animals. Thank you.
Please, let's clap for her. Hapo nyuma she comes. Clap, come on. Thank you. Karibu. Let me hold that for you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm Diana Mondi. I'm just one of the teen moms around. Okay, our first question was, is food insecurity and hunger the same? The answer was they are not the same, according to our discussion. And for the explanation, hunger, it is the feeling someone has when they don't have food. And then food insecurity is consistent lack of food to have a healthy life because of economic situation. That was number one. And number two, how can you reduce the impact of climate change on food insecurity? Point number one, by planting trees and vegetables. In bracket, we had something, food that can sustain harsh environment like millet, cassavas, and etc. Alafu, digging of dams that can hold water during rainy seasons, which can be used to plant the vegetables. And then to employ farmers and create awareness on how to take care of the environment. Thank you.
Please let's clap for her. They've done a good job, Sindo. And finally, group 4. Who's representing group 4? What's her name? Rispa. Please clap for Rispa until she gets here. Keep clapping until she gets here. Asante. Karibu Rispa. Let me hold that.
My name is Rispa. We were given a question on how does floods affect our lives in Nyandu. Our answer was displacement and loss of people properties. Maybe some people did not know that floods were coming, and then get them there and their properties are carried away by water. And their displacement where they know, and they move from there to another place. Number 2 was cause of death. Some people die and animals also die. 3 was sweeping away plants, destruction of crops. Some plants are swept away and dry up because of the floods, many water. And number 4 was diseases. They can bring diseases like cholera, bilharzia, that may kill people, and the soil erosion carries away soil. That was our answer.
Please let's clap for her. Saseni, praise God. Mkopoa, naitwa Joyvel Makinyi. To all protocols observed, good afternoon. So afternoon imefika, sindio? Yes, so I'm here to represent the Mr. and Miss Climate Kenya. Mmepokea salamu? Mmepokea? Yeah, so first, I would love to thank you all for coming here. It is wonderful to see youths gather and have fun and learn more about the climate. Today is 12th August. We are celebrating Youth International Day. This is a day where youths come together, address their issues, the challenges they are facing, what they are going to do as in the community, and the positive impact that they can bring in the community. So I'm very happy about the discussions that you presented here, and I will just summarize a bit of it. So I will start with the water. Group 1, you really represented good. You represented us well. Clap for Group 1. Group 2, you are talking about waste disposal. You also presented well, and also Group 3. Tuko August, sindio? Na tunajuanga August, mvua inafaa kunyesha, sindio? Tangu month yanze, mvua imenyesha mara ngapi? Mara moja, sindio? That's a red flag tayari, sindio? We are seeing there is something wrong with our climate. Tunafaa kufanya kitu ka youth. Sama ni aje? So I would love to encourage you to keep on planting more trees. Watoto, mnanisikia? Tunafaa kufanya nini? Tunafaa kupanda miti, si ndio? Kupanda miti itatusaidia juu. I was looking at the next generation. In the next 10 years, if we don't take action on our climate health, we will have two options. We'll live by starvation or migration. And climate change has really affected youths and the people in the community. When it comes to floods, people are being displaced. Some people are losing their lives. Some people are remaining in hunger and starvation. So if you are at a position to do something, please let us do what is required of us. Things to do with the disposal, sizing is a biscuit. 90% of you are going to throw those liters up chini. And then who is going to pick them? No one, right? Mkisha kunywa maji ama soda. Unatupanga tu hapo. You don't know in the future it will bring a very, very, very big problem to the community. So plastic bottles should be reused. Kama umebuy yogurt, hiyo mkebe ya yogurt unaweza itumia kubrush na meno, elect your toothbrush, mweke toothbrush. You can use it for drinking water too. The water bottles too, you can also use them to carry water while you're going to school or while going somewhere else. It's not a must that you dispose them. Mnanisikia? Mnanisikia vizuri? So also, one of the things that our youths are really going through, it's a big challenge. Amwezi kwa mnaona, ama some of you are already going through this, it's depression. How many agree with this? Youths are going through depression. And I can talk this as a psychologist and as a climate activist. Senye mtoko na stress. You really need somewhere to sit. Sindio, unatakanga place iko warm, right? Sasa niambia kama uko na stress unakuja hapa kutoa stress. Inakuaje? Siku najua unasikia hata inakuongeza stress, sindio? What if ukienda ukikaa place penye kuna mti poa, kuna breeze ingine poa, unajifikiria tu unajirecollect and then you move on, sindio? So that is a very big thing that it's coming up. Our youths are on antidepressants. Our youths are on unemployment. They are really facing a lot. And if you can do something, nasemanga change.
Mubaki na mishangao kuswa ya mapenzi nataka kuyaeleza. Na leo tena waiteni paparazi warushe kwa mitandao, siataki mapenzi nataka jipongeza. Naimwita yo baby, kumbe naye na baby, ulimuna kipenzi, ni mshenzi akupendi, kama kweli mtihani, mambo mengi dunia na mistresi siwezi, siwezi.
Alafu tuko na session. Tunaona theme imeandikwa aje ya hii Green Skills for Youth Towards Sustainable World. Sindio? Tukipanda, being that people are cutting trees, na ndoana tuko na harsh weather right now. So today we want to plant trees. So we have got seedlings hapa. Tuta plant trees around this compound. And after that tutarudi na tukunywe masharubati. Nani anajua masharubati? Yes, ni Morin pekee ndiye anajua jieni mkosti. Hata mimi nimetoka kule. So asanteni sana. Tunaweza kwa wale ambao wenye wanaweza andika pledgeboard, please, you're welcome. We will start with Miss. Is it climate change? Okay.
So as that one is going on, just sip your
mchanga yuko mchanga. Mwaga tu mpaka usikie imetosha. Manji, maleta manji. Weka mchanga huko mchanga. Mwaga tu mpaka usikie imetosha. Manji, maleta manji. Weka mchanga huko mchanga. Mwaga tu mpaka usikie imetosha. Manji, maleta manji. Weka mchanga huko mchanga. Mwaga tu mpaka usikie imetosha.